What's up, guys? Going to make a video here about ketogenic diet. Become quite a keto evangelist. People keep coming up to me and asking me about some health questions, and typically I'm telling them about keto all the time. And by the way, Keto Evangelist is actually a pretty good YouTube channel. Check it out. And anyway, so this video is going to be about why you should go keto. So keto is a ketogenic diet, and for me personally, I've tried a lot of different diets. I've tried being a vegetarian, I've tried being a vegan, but for me, those made me feel miserable. And if that's the same for you, then maybe you'd give keto a shot. And in my opinion, most guys are going to love a ketogenic diet just because all the things you eat on there are just, it appeals to a man. I mean, it's very manly to eat a lot of the meats, the full fats. It's like a guy's dream, in my opinion, but I still know a lot of women who are going keto as well. So the basics of it is it's a low-carb, high-fat diet, and you eat fat, you'll stop burning glucose because you won't be feeding your body as much of that, and then you can start burning ketones, which is a derivative of fat. And that's one of the reasons why I've seen my skin improve so well and my ability to adapt to a desert environment as well. So there's actually a book with the same title called Eat Fat, Lose Weight. I've sold it a couple of times to some people interested, and there's a lot of good information in there. It's awesome. Go check it out if you'd like. So yeah, the foods that you eat on there, it's freaking awesome. You just have bacon, full-fat dairy, eggs, cruciferous vegetables. You just make sure it's a low-carb kind of deal. I made all these sides with Photophenia, so shout out to Photophenia, great website. But anyways, that's besides the point. So yeah, I do a lot of bacon in my diet, and some people don't, just because of the higher nitrate levels or whatever, but in my opinion, I feel like it's gonna level out. It'll be all right. So unlike a lot of the fad diets that are out there today, ketogenic diet's been well researched and been around since the 1920s. It's not going anywhere. And back in the 1920s, it was used as a cancer diet to help people get their bodies to rid themselves of cancer, because the common understanding and knowledge of cancer today is that it feeds off of glucose. So if you cut off the energy and the food for it to live and survive in your body, then your body can eradicate it, basically. The best thing I like about this is it's not a calorie counting diet. Instead, you watch your macros, and macros is a term for your overall percentages of intake of proteins and carbohydrates and fats. And you want to have your fats at 75 or better. Most people say like 85 or better intake of fat calories, and then you want to limit your protein, because if you intake too much protein, your body can convert protein into glucose. So and then the lower carbs that you consume, the more weight you'll lose in a more rapid time. So this is what I used when I first started to understand and to track my carbs. This is an awesome app because it has the actual macros settings that you can watch. You can change the settings in here in a lot of different ways to make it watch out for your specific diet, and there's also a support group in with this as well that you can have people to interact with, ask some questions, share recipes, share photos of your food, things like that. So when you do start, there's something called the keto flu. So for 2 to 8 weeks, you could go through an induction phase. So this is when your body is transitioning itself off of glucose and starting to convert to ketones. One of the first things that you can do in order to go into ketosis faster is actually fasting. And that will make your body use up the glucose that it has stored from the carbohydrates that you've consumed. And during this induction phase, the keto flu, you really need to make sure that you're taking in a lot of healthy sea salt for the minerals, and also magnesium and potassium. You need to make sure you're keeping all three of those, because if you don't, you could have headaches, nausea, tiredness, a lot of things. But after you transition, you'll feel great, you'll be really happy. And I would definitely suggest that you guys probably supplement that. Otherwise, bone broth can be a really good source for sodium and those essential minerals that your body is losing because it's ridding itself of those carbohydrates. And then magnesium, you could get that from juicing, say like spinach. That would be keto. However, I don't know if you would enjoy that. For me, there's a lot of good magnesium supplements out there on the market, and I'll just take one of those. For potassium, you could do a Greek yogurt, which is going to be also really, really easy to get a good amount of potassium. But anyways, if you start noticing your body feels a little off or something like that, then definitely start trying to figure out which one of these 3 things that you're really missing right now during the induction phase. And after that, you transition onto a ketogenic diet. You won't even want to go back to carbs. When you try and eat higher carbs, you're not going to want to. You're not going to feel good. For me personally, it has led to very hard crashes. I had a piece of cake the other day at a friend's birthday party, and my salivary glands were overstimulated, and it just hurt. I was in pain for a couple of days, and it felt like I had a lump in my throat, and I just learned my lesson that I can't go crazy on carbs. For bodybuilding, there is a cyclical carb diet or a cyclical keto diet where 1 day a week you will eat more carbs. And there's actually some people out there, these guys, Ketoconnect, got some videos about when they tried the cyclical diet. You can check that out for more information. And this channel's got a lot of good recipes and talks about their journey, and it's a great one. Anyways, so this was my experience. In the first 2 weeks, I dropped 20 pounds just in water weight that my body was retaining simply because I had such a high carb diet, high carb intake. And for some people, maybe you need to lose weight fast. This would definitely be a way that you could try. I would suggest it. Other than that, the Ketoconnect channel is really great. John Bergman is another great channel where he's a chiropractor, but he's also got him and an assistant or some other people he works with that do videos. And he just did one recently, actually, all about keto and how it's related to, it's the second one right here. That's over a year ago. Well, I thought there was a more updated one anyways, but it talks about the history of the ketogenic diet and some good information there. And John Bergman is a great chiropractic health doctor, and he's got a website called Owner's Guide, I think, ownersguide.com, where you can pay to be a part of his group or whatever. I don't, because he's just got a lot of good videos for free on the internet anyways, which I would keep up to date with and stuff. The last thing is, a lot of people notice that after they switch to a ketogenic diet that they have better endurance, better health, and exercise longer. It's been known to be an anti-aging kind of diet as well. That's about all I wanted to share with you guys. So thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If there's anything else you guys want to know about or be interested in hearing me talk about, then go ahead and leave it in a comment. And check me out on Instagram. Feel free to tag my SoCo Natural Health on your Instagram. Let me know what you guys are looking up and learning about, and stay healthy.